made aware of an individual who had been in the area acting erratically, who had forced his way into a mobile home. Thankfully, the person who was inside the mobile home at the time of this incident was able to get out uninjured. Then that's when we had this barricaded individual incident begin. Our deputies worked to try to get that man to come out for several hours. What we were experiencing was this man coming outside of the mobile home, yelling at deputies, then returning to the mobile home, and deputies were able to hear shots fired in the direction of deputies, but at no time did deputies ever return fire towards this individual. So as this continued over the next several hours, our deputies tried to make this individual and make contact with him to get him to come out of this mobile home peacefully. Around 10:30 this morning, deputies started to see smoke coming from this mobile home, and they heard a single gunshot. After that, they did not hear from this individual again. They did try to make contact with him over the next several hours, and then right before 3 o'clock, our deputies were able to get a visual inside this mobile home, and they found what appears to be an adult who has passed away inside the mobile home. At this time, we don't have the identity of that individual. The body will be turned over to the medical examiner for positive identification. Any questions? It was not his home. So this individual was in the area. Again, we do not have his exact identity, but it's not believed that he lives in this area, was just in the area acting erratically and forced his way into this mobile home. But again, thankfully, the person who was inside was able to get out uninjured.
Does it appear to be just some random individual? Did they have any connection?
At this time, we do not know of any connection between the subject and the person who lived there. He fired in the direction of deputies. It's hard to say if he was actually firing to them or just in the direction, because he, again, would come outside this mobile home, start yelling at the deputies, then go back inside the mobile home, and shots were fired while he was inside, but at no time did deputies return fire towards him.
Can you tell us about the family members who were down there, the attempts they made to talk him down?
Well, our crisis negotiation team was working and talking with this individual for hours, and in the course of that, they, of course, made contact with family members of the person they believe went inside this mobile home. And at the center of this investigation, in a case like this, family help can always be very critical and very crucial. Unfortunately, today we didn't have the result that we would have wanted to see, but we'll have to kind of wait to see if the person inside is the same person that the family members believe it was. Correct, because we don't have an identification on the person.
Is there any belief like drugs to be involved in the reason he's being erratic?
At this time, that's all still under investigation. It was actually a neighbor of this, where the mobile home was, that was at the center of this. The neighbor called because the original call was for this person in the area acting erratically. And then while deputies were on their way here, this man made forced entry into another mobile home and barricaded himself inside.
Let's talk about the need to evacuate surrounding neighborhoods.
Yeah, this area, if you go down the street, I know you were down there earlier, it is tightly packed. The units are right on top of each other, so it was in everyone's best interest for us to get the neighbors out of there and get them to a safe place. Again, shots were being fired for hours during the course of this, and also at one point the mobile home was on fire, so we wanted to make sure we had the area contained and nobody else was in danger.
Any other questions? We saw like a bomb vehicle come through. Did you believe you had a bomb at some time?
No, the bomb team can be called for a number of different reasons. It's just part of our tactical response. They have robots that can be used to go up to a home or a residence and kind of make contact. It doesn't mean that there's a bomb here. It's just the equipment that they have in their truck.
Did he yell out anything? Have to give any indication what was going on?
Yeah, he did come out of the home and yell at deputies. As to what he said right now, that's all part of our ongoing investigation. We'll do a debriefing with our deputies to figure out what those exact statements were, but at this time it's too early for me to say those.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.